Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey back with another video. So I want to do a quick chit chat here. It's just something that kind of been weighing on me a little bit heavy. And I don't think I had delved into this topic at all, and I wanted to kind of share my thoughts about it. But just kind of thinking back to the time when I remember being in a shelter. For those who are unaware, at one point I actually used to live in a shelter, believe it or not. And I remember even though it was for a short stint of time, it's only for several weeks, but yet that was an experience that I would truly never forget. Now, one thing I noticed while being there was that sometimes when there were meals being served, I remember some of the groups that would come in, the guests, whether it was from various churches or other organizations, when they were coming in bringing in food or serving the food as well. A lot of times when doing it, they had this look of sorrow. And what do I mean by that? So as they were serving the people, they had this look. It was like not like a oh poor you type of a deal. It was more so like just sadness. Like I guess they were like feeling sorry for the people that lived in the shelter, not realizing that a lot of people that were there were truly not sad and down on their luck. I say all this to say that when it comes to these particular groups that do come into these shelters, come in with a sense of joy in your heart. Don't feel like you have to come in with a sense of somberness or a sense of sadness to you, as if this is the end of the world type deal. Because little do they realize, some of the individuals that are in there are truly in there for a short period of time, and let alone, even if they weren't in there for a short period of time, some of these people still have the joy of God on their heart. I can tell you, even during the time that I was in there, I can think back to the fact that I was still smiling. A lot of the times I do remember how some of the other residents that were there, they would say, "You're always smiling, Jessica." And I was, because I felt like even being in that predicament, God still gave me so much of a reason to smile each day. I was still walking, I was still breathing, I was still able to go about my day and focus on getting on out of there, And so I always get compliments on it. People like, "You're always smiling. I always look forward to your smile in the morning." And that just made me smile even more. So I say all that to say, even being at that lowest point, I still counted my blessings, baby. And I encourage that others take that same approach as well. I know for me, my whole focus is that when it comes to helping some of these shelters further, in terms of what my plans is, which I'm not going to delve into on this camera. I'm not going to delve into it just yet. That's between me and the Lord. But when I plan on really kicking it up here, my whole focus is to do so with a joyful heart, because sometimes people fail to realize that sense of sadness can make a person feel even more sad, depending on where they are in terms of their journey. They sometimes need to just see a smile, just to know, like, you know what? God still truly is here. There's still a God that for people to even be in a predicament like this, they can still walk around with a smile like nothing ever happened. And I would just hope that a lot of these churches, these other organizations that are coming into these buildings, that they come in with that same approach. Because, granted, not everyone wants to be in a predicament where they're in a shelter. And the shelters nowadays are way different than how most of us would perceive them from way back when. Like, they are really up to date, very clean. The bedding situation is phenomenal. I'm not sure if it's like due to funding, but I think it has a lot to do with donations. But they are way, way better than what most of us would have predicted. And I say all that to say, I don't think it's a good idea for people to come in with that sense of, be sad. Because to be sad or show a sense of sadness while you're serving meals to people, it's not bettering the situation for them. If anything, it's making them feel even more sad, because it's like, now I have people feeling sad for me because I'm in this predicament, and they don't even have a clue why you're even in this predicament. If you guys are following me on this, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm going to make this short. I just hope that going forward, that more organizations take that approach. when it comes to coming into these type of establishments, take that approach and come in with a joyful heart and let it show. Let God's light show. Let it shine. That means in terms of your interaction, voice inflections, body reactions when you're talking, you know, as I straighten up there, just to kind of show you like that whole slouching, like as an example, right? But yet when you're sitting up, it shows more confidence. I'm trying to get you guys to get a point here. Like it really helps when the other onlookers who are living in these settings do see it, because that in some way can rub off on them in such a great way where they feel motivated, they feel positive, they feel happy. And I just hope more settings take that approach accordingly. So yeah, that is all for my quick video. It just really was something I thought about for quite some time. And I know sometimes people may do it unintentionally, not realizing that, wow, this could possibly have an impact on how they may feel for the day, because we are coming in with this sense of like sadness or, you know, feeling like pity for them. And the reality of it all, a lot of these individuals that are in these shelters, they don't want you to have pity for them, because again, each individual scenario is different for why they are in the shelter. You know, some are because of like maybe their vices, but then there's others who may have not planned well enough in terms of, you know, moves and things like that, or they had a bad breakup. You guys just saw one of the construction workers back there. Yeah, they're still working on the parking lot area, but anyhow. So the point for the drive home here is that each individual's reason for why they were in the shelter, it varies. And, you know, especially if you are one that represents a church, you should be able to do so in such a way where it's uplifting, you know. Let God's light shine, you understand? So don't be that one where you come in with the opposite. I honestly feel that if anything, that makes God smile when he sees that you are not only doing the work in the name of the Lord, but at the same time, you're doing it in such a way to help uplift others, even with something as a simple smile or a simple question or two, when speaking with individuals, to show that you have a sense of care for who they are and what they're going through. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. For those who've been asking, yes, I do have appointments still available for this week. Today is not a good day. I'm playing some catch up with some paperwork. So don't mind me, but today will be a good day for appointments. But the rest of the week, I'm pretty open except Friday. Friday, as you can imagine, is booked. For a lot of the newcomers that are coming in, I do want to welcome you guys to the family. I do see you. You're trickling in on my various pages. I do want you to know, for those who are looking to set up consultations, if you should have any issues with doing so online, you can reach out to me on my other platforms. You can also email me. And for those who are not aware, I'm also in the field house of keynote speaking as well as motivational speaking. So if at any point you would like for me to speak at maybe one of your organization's events, just have someone who's the head of your organization to reach out to me so we can go over the appropriate details from there and move forward accordingly. So as always, you guys, I am sending you off with love and light, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, be blessed, you guys.